What's going on? Oh my goodness. You guys like my cape? Whew. I'm out of breath. It's kind of heavy. Oh my goodness. Okay, I need to figure out how to get... Wait, what's happening? I don't mind the spamming caps though. No! It's okay. Hello friends, how we doing? Am I not streaming on YouTube? How do I tell? Why can't I find it? There it is! I found it! Let's go! Whew. Happy Thursday. What a week, let me tell you. Ah! It's been a week. This helps. This helps. Okay. Does it say... Okay. I don't want that. I want to be able to see the chat more. Hello, Anthony. Hello, friends. I'm giving the Legolas vibes. Yeah, that's what we're about here. That's exactly it. Why did I give up on Monster? I didn't give up on Monster. It's 5 p.m. I don't have my watch on. That's weird for me. It's 5 p.m. and if I have a Monster right now, I wake up at 5 in the morning, so, like, it's basically my bedtime right now. Away she goes. So I have this for after, like, 2 p.m. But I still had a Monster today. I don't know if I'll ever be able to get rid of the Monster addiction. Honestly, I don't think I will. And I'm okay with that. You know, I believe that everybody is allowed to have a vice. One vice. Well, maybe two. Because two vices. No more than two. Strike, three vice, strike, 3, you're out. Hard iced tea. No, I don't drink. Not that I, like, have anything against it. I love living life right here, right now, to the full extent. And honestly, I don't need anything additional. Look at Finn! Oh, you peeking through the cave? What the hell? Oh, my dog, man. My dog is insane. I'm gonna move this so that you guys can actually see me. And I'm gonna move it over here, I reckon. Okay. How do we get Nightbot to be less angry? I really don't mind the caps. I love the enthusiasm. Let me see if I can do that. Chat moderation. Excess caps. Disabled. Caps away, friends. Caps away. There we go. Hold up, that wasn't a real dog, right? Unfortunately so. Yes, that's my dog Finnegan. Hi, buddy! Hi! He's my everything. Yeah, we got caps. Let's go. Holy cannoli, there's a lot of folks here. I'm not going to get nervous, but I might get a little sweaty, so the cape, the cloak, whatever it has to be called, might have to come off. But for the moment, let's just give it the moment it deserves. I don't get to wear the cloak as much as I would like to wear it, because California weather, even in February, is balmy. So, and I know that you might be thinking, well, that's like peak, like that's like the goal. And you might be somewhere cold right now and you might be envious of me, but I'm actually going out of my way to seek out some cold in a specific location that if you're on Patreon, you know where I'm going, but if you don't know, that means you're probably not on the Patreon. That sentence didn't land in the direction anyway, okay. 75 degrees today in Santa Barbara. I don't know what that means. I still speak only Celsius. I refuse to learn Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit is silly Billy. Word on the street. The pup needs A matching cloak. Sorry, I got distracted by your name. Piss Missile. If we don't know where the cold is, then we're not on Patreon. That's correct. Yes, so patrons know where the cold is going to be, but I am actively seeking out cold in a matter of time. I haven't had a cold winter. I haven't had a true winter in almost 4 years now. And when I left that winter, the last winter I left it on December 1st, I decided I'm never going to live somewhere or go somewhere to see snow ever again. I don't want to do it. I never want to do it. And then, well, here we are. Okay, I'm sweating. Hello from Nova Scotia. We got some fellow Blue Nosers in the chat. Ho! What part of Nova Scotia are you in? Concert Mania. Ugh. This has to come off. I'm already sweating. Ugh, okay. That's plenty. I went to Canada last year around this time and there was no snow. What the A? That's fair. Some places in Canada don't have snow around these times, whereas other places in Canada have so much snow around this time of year that it feels like it's never going to end. Hey, it's the outdoor walking person. That's me. That's me. Except I'm inside sitting. So I'm as much of the outdoor walking person as I am the indoor sitting person. Think about it like that next time. Okay. We have a lot of questions to get through today. Ladies, gentlemen, everyone outside and in between. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for answering for asking so many questions. We had people ask questions on Reddit. We had people ask questions on Facebook. We had people answer questions. Oh my gosh. We had people ask questions on Reddit. We had people ask questions on Facebook. We had people ask questions on YouTube, on Instagram. And I think that's it. So we have a lot of questions, and I've kind of got a master list here that I've compiled for the evening. But if you have any additional questions that come up, I might see them in the chats here. But if you really want to get them answered and you want to have a better shot at that, I would recommend heading over to my Reddit and finding that thread. If you're on Twitch right now and you go !Reddit, that link will show up because I have figured out a little bit of how to do this whole streaming shabacle. And you can ask those questions there. And I will get to those at the end of the evening. But yes, as I said, we've got a lot to get through. Breath for calmness. PSA Durst Intense for the win. Agree. Patches asks, what is the square root of 100? I don't do math. I walk. Okay. Okay. James says, I should be seeing 118 likes on YouTube. That's true. I reckon that we are not seeing the likes on YouTube. I don't know what that means, but that's very true. Please do that. And also, thanks for being here. Goalie Aaron, thank you so much for subbing with your Prime subscription. That means so very much to me. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay, I see some questions coming up in the chat that I did see when I was scouring the questions, and I'm really grateful that people who ask questions are here, so thank you so much for being here. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Okay. You never see my stuff in the YouTube algo. Maybe you should subscribe. Maybe go find me. And then I bet you if you turn post notifications on, because I think that's a thing too, then you are destined to find me in the YouTube algo. Okay, I need to stop. Okay, let's get to some questions, shall we? Inky minky ninky inky inky minky ninky nunky inky minky ninky nunky ninky minky ninky nunky inky minky ninky nunky inky minky ninky nunky inky minky ninky minky ninky minky ninky monkey nink. Thank you so much, General Le Goretta, for the tip. Thank you so much. Good night, Sinner 6K. Thanks for being here. This will be a VOD. It will be on YouTube later, so you can watch it. And I'll catch you on Sunday. I have a very secret special surprise for our Sunday stream. I'm very excited about it. It's going to be my first time doing something like this in the history of ever. And I will be streaming, but I will not be seated where I am usually seated, which is right here. I will be perhaps not seated, maybe seated sometimes, but it will be very different. Yeah. Okay. Dr. Octagon 79, thank you so much for subscribing. I had a questions tab. You've been following me since the beginning. Aw, thank you. I'm so glad that you're here. Thanks for sticking around. Okay. Let's get into this. Some of these are from Instagram, some of them are from Facebook, some of them are from Reddit, some of them are from YouTube, but I already said all of that, so now I'm getting into a repetition. Okay. I forgot to mention, if I don't stutter too much, and if I can make some eloquently worded phrases, this will also be a YouTube video. I'm going to make it a VOD, of course, but because this stream is going to go on for at least an hour, that is kind of a lot for a YouTube video, so I'm going to condense all of these questions down into a more digestible packet later, that is, if I have time and if I don't stutter. So that's that. I wish I had something else to look at these questions on. I have a phone! Because I'm covering the chat and I can't see anything. As I'm finding this on my phone, you folks, if you have a question for me and you did not get it in time, how dare you? I'm just kidding. Head over to Reddit and find my Reddit and ask it there, and I will get to it by the end of the stream. Okay. There we go. From Instagram, how tall are you? I am 5'5.5, and I hold on to that 0.5 very dearly because I don't wish to be 5'6", because I really like a good solid number. 5'5". Nailed it. How'd I do? That was the first question. I'm a little nervous. Okay. From Instagram. Pep, how old are you? 27. Hoping to make it to 28. I think I did good on that one too, folks. I think I nailed that one too. From Instagram. Autism? Autism? Yes. Several. Many. Frequently. Okay. What is your full-time work? Technically, this now, kind of, sort of. It's complicated. I am a creator, nature educator that wants to hike full-time. And I wish to do that through basically YouTube and streaming alone. I feel like that's where life would be the best. But my revenue, if you will, comes from many places, as with most creators. And I also want to be more of an artist, because I was an artist. I don't think I ever stopped being an artist, but that is not a main feature of my income now. Yeah. Whoa, Alexander, thank you so much for the gifted subs. What the frick? You are unreal. Thank you. I have no idea how to express my gratitude for that. Thank you. How you doing? Ooh, yes. Patches says, look at the pretty print she did in the background. Patches knows me. He knows that I do not know. This is an advertisement for my drawing of Half Dome. I drew this all by myself with no help. What is wrong with me today? I'm so overtired. It's not even funny. Oh my gosh. I've been staying up late. Like 8 p.m. It's not good. I should wear my t-shirt on the next stream so you guys can see my t-shirt too. Yeah. It's hanging in my living room and it really ties the room together. Oh, nice. That makes me so happy. How do I want to see the chat better than how I currently see it. How can I do that? There we go. Okay, sorry, there's some, yeah, you're gone. You're gone. Okay. I should have an IG for my art. True, honestly, I should. I have so much like nature related art. Finn, come here! I have so much nature related art that has just been sitting on my iPad doing like, just sitting there. But maybe I'll be doing something with that in the future. Maybe I'll just have to wait and see, and maybe you will see that something will happen. Stay tuned on that one. Yeah. Okay. Where is my favorite place to hike? Yosemite National Park. I love Yosemite a lot. I love Yosemite with all of my heart. It is the bestest, coolest national park there is, except for all the other ones that I love just as much. But if I had to pick one place that I like to hike, it would be Yosemite National Park, just because of the staggering granite. I love seeing the rock formations that are just so mind-boggling. It's like they shouldn't be there. That is the coolest thing ever to me. And just the vastness of the wilderness there, and the John Muir Trail goes through it. Chef's kiss. Yosemite. Okay. Answery Boy asks, what is my favorite color? It depends. I'm not sure if Answery Boy meant my favorite color to look at, or my favorite color to wear, or my favorite color to have things of. Because my favorite color to look at has always been red. But my favorite color to wear has shifted back and forth between green and blue for my entire life. And there was a point where I was so obsessed with the color blue that head to toe I would wear blue non-stop. And I actually stopped doing this because I thought it looked great, but I was in line at the Santa Cruz boardwalk waiting for a roller coaster, and this 8-year-old little girl comes up. She pulls on my shirt from behind me, and I turn around and I look, and she's like, "Why are you wearing so much blue?" I went home that night wondering if I did have autism. And I was right! So, less blue now. I've learned to temper that. But green. And then also I like to look at the color red. Hype chest! Respectfully, no emote. Thank you for the hype chest. I don't know what that means. Okay. Folks are asking questions in the chat, and I so appreciate that. I don't know if I'm supposed to go to the chat or like what I'm. Anyway, okay. I'll answer some of them from the chat, and then if I miss it, then ask it on Reddit. That's how I think that this will be. That's how this will be doing it. Yes. Okay. Lock in here. Do you have a... Boy Akasha1 asks, do you have a favorite tree or type of tree? I'm always jealous when there are redwoods in your videos. I'm so glad that you divided that into two, because I have both. My favorite type of tree is a coast redwood, and I think that that is to no surprise. Coast redwoods are one of 3 types of redwoods. And I just... Sorry, my dog is... Can you guys hear that? Okay, let's try that again. My favorite tree, my favorite type of tree is... Riley, that's gotta be good, buddy. You can just... You don't need to... Like, he sounds like he's throwing up. It's not good. Okay. Do you have a favorite tree or favorite type of tree? I'm always jealous when there are redwoods in your videos. My favorite type of tree is coast redwoods, and I love coast redwoods because of how immensely tall they can be. And coast redwoods are the species of tree that got me interested in trees in the first place, because I didn't know that something so big could exist. And that blew my mind. And then I started looking into them a little bit more, and each fact I'd learn about them would be more fascinating than the next. And like, for example, did you know that, like, you would think that since they're the tallest trees in the world, that their root systems would have to be pretty deep to support all of the tree, but their roots are actually quite shallow, and they only go about 3 to 6 feet down into the dirt. They spread out very wide and connect with other redwood trees to mix and mingle and kind of interlock to create a network of that supports all of the redwoods. And so I thought that was pretty cool, along with a million other things about them, like how they're so resistant to fire, and that's why there's still as many redwoods as there are. And there's a lot of history about how most old growth... What is on my hand? Some black on my hand. What is that? I think it's pen. Sorry, distracted. There's a lot of history out there about why, about how deforestation and logging has impacted the redwood population and the old growth population. And I find that history to be very, very interesting too. My favorite type of tree, no, I just did that one. My very favorite tree is a very small but mighty willow tree in Nova Scotia, in Wolfville, Nova Scotia. It sits in this beautiful cashew-shaped pond, and the willow branches kind of hang over this pond, and you can reach the willow tree and then basically be surrounded by this pond as if you were in a moat. And I loved, as a child, to sit there and just be underneath this beautiful willow tree. And I don't know, that's, when I think of if I have a favorite tree, that is my favorite tree. My second favorite tree is a tree that sits on Half Dome, and it doesn't make sense. It's an anomaly of a tree, and I think I have a couple photos of me actually on the tree. I sat on it to watch the sunrise after I did Half Dome on one of my very first trips to Yosemite National Park. Nice. Snap Turtle asks, would I ever do mountaineering? I must know. I would. I want to. Can I, but the question is that something that I can just like, the amount of training and like gear is a real big barrier for that one, but maybe one day. Turd Ferguson asks, Pepper, read my question. I'm reading it. Coast redwoods are my favorite too. The microclimate of the moisture coming in from the ocean is so cool. Yes. Redwoods, info dump time. Redwoods are so cool because they get like 60 or more % of their water, depending on the redwood, depending on how old it is and depending on where it is, around 60% or more of their water intake from fog, because they engage in foliar uptake, which is like sipping on fog. And fog is basically like horizontal rain that they can absorb, and then they also, their leaves are fanned out in such a way that the water collects on them and then it drops down to the ground, which allows for their roots, because the roots are so shallow, remember that their roots are shallow, it allows for the redwoods to drink it. Okay. Apex 4711 asks, what's the worst part about your job and what is the best? I am a Can you guys hear that? Cody Hewitt asks, did I see your post? Yes, I did see your post. I did. I think I responded to you. Okay, you did hear that. That's great. That's awesome. Okay, love that for us. Okay, let's try to answer this question again. Apex 4711 asks, what's the worst part about your job and what is the best? I am an optimist, so not really, but let's start with the best. The best part about my job is that I get to hang out with you guys and have this awesome, amazing community of like-minded individuals. And honestly, it's the community that I could only ever dream of having. You guys are so positive and so kind, and I'm so proud because a lot of creators out there aren't as lucky to have such a positive and uplifting community. And by the way, if you want to be more involved in the community, you can always check out the Discord, because I hear it's a really fun time over there. So that is definitely one of the very, very best parts. The other best part is that I get to I get to see messages from you folks that warm my heart and humble me in a way that, again, like, it just blows my mind. And specifically what I mean is, like, folks have told me that I have inspired them to get outside, and dag nabbit, that's what I started this whole thing for, was to inspire you folks to get outside. So, nailed that. Yeah. Whoa, we got Pikachu's on-screen celebration. Cool. I don't think I said the worst part, did I? What is the worst part? There's a lot of things that come to mind, but I don't know that necessarily any of them are, like, even bad. The first thing that I would think is that, like, it's easy sometimes to get overwhelmed, but anytime that I do feel, like, overly overwhelmed with content creation or whatever you would call this, I am reminded that it is such a blessing to be overwhelmed by a situation of your own design. Like, I chose to do this. I chose to take the plunge and try my hand at creating nature videos and being goofy on the internet. And I love this a whole heck of a lot more than what I was doing before. So even when I'm overwhelmed, it's not ever really that bad. Do I like to read? Yeah, I do, but I'm not reading so much these days. Most of my free time has gone to making videos, but I do like to read. I like to do the, like, immersive reading where I have an audiobook and the book in front of me so that I really just have to lock in, you know? Okay. Chaco Fan 11 asks, what are your thoughts on skydiving? I've actually been skydiving and I love it. I would go again any day of the week. I was 19 and it was somewhere in the middle of rural Quebec, and I was at a French immersion summer school, and it was a weekend, and my roommate and I were kind of bored, and she looks at me and goes, skydiving? And I said, oui. So we did a little quick crash course thingamajig and flew up to the heavens in a 4-person plane. And if you've ever been in a really, really small plane, that is a trip in and of itself. It's very rickety. And then the Frenchman that I was strapped to in the harness decided, mind you, I'm afraid of heights, decided that it would be a good idea to do a backflip out of the plane. And I have the video of that exact thing. And oh man, that was fun. I felt like I could do anything after that. That was such an adrenaline rush that I felt unstoppable for like the rest of the week. And I'm pretty sure my French speaking actually improved. I would actually say that I did get better at French. So I would do that again. Unruly Quokka, are you serious? We got to 80 subs. Let's go. Woohoo! Thank you so much. That's sick. Oh, I appreciate you. Let's go. Code Across, first time chat. Hi, Pep. Hope you're having a great night. Hope you're having a great night too. Thank you so much for being here. Now that you're talking about skydiving, have you tried bungee jumping? I have not, but I would. I am afraid of heights. That is something that is true about me, but you just gotta do the things you're afraid of. Like, do them and then just do them scared, and then they'll probably still scare you. Like, I'm not less afraid of heights now, but I still did it, and it's finnegrees. Matthias Finchman, thank you so much for the tip. What is your fave indoor place to be as someone who's an outdoorsman? Do you ever need a balance of both environments, indoor and out? Great question. My fave indoor place to be, aside from my home, would probably have to be the gym. Before I did nature stuff, I actually did bodybuilding. And I just love lifting heavy things and then putting them back down. It is great for my mental health. It makes me feel like I'm making a real difference in myself. Okay. This is a great one. This is a great question. Okay. Chris asks, with being on the spectrum, how have you handled the challenges of making friends, maintaining friendships and relationships, and has becoming more known publicly made any of that even more challenging? Let me give a think for a sec. Okay. I didn't find out that I was autistic. I mean, I always suspected it, but I didn't get diagnosed until last August, or the August before. Being autistic and having that label is still relatively new to me, but I have always kind of felt like I was a bit of an outsider, especially growing up. And as I got older, I had less and less of a need to fit in and make friends. I really don't have that many friends. I have all of you guys, but if you catch my drift there, and I like it that way. I like having a really close circle because it can be very demanding, and I used to be really ashamed of not having that like urge to be crazy super social all of the time, because I would see my friends in high school and peers in high school like want to go to parties, and I would be leaving 30 minutes in to go home and play League. And that used to really bother me, but somewhere along the line it stopped bothering me. And as soon as I got diagnosed with autism, I was like, now I understand myself. Now I'm not going to try and force myself to be something that I'm not. So it has definitely affected the amount of relationships I have, but the relationships I do have are primo. Like I have friends for life, and that's, I mean, what more could you want? And then the second part of that question was, has becoming more known publicly made any of that even more challenging? I love that you assumed that it was going to be challenging. Yes, it's challenging. I haven't been out and about nearly enough to notice if it makes it more challenging. I haven't made any new non-creator friends since this started for me. I'm a real creature of habit. I go to the gym, I make videos, I hike, I backpack, I play some video games. And that's on repeat. And I used to run a lot, but I can't do that right now. So I'll be running again soon. So then it'll be 6 things. Okay. Wolfman Dan says, do you wear wigs? Will you wear wigs? When will you wear wigs? Great question. And the answer to that is, I can't even attempt to pretend to do that guy's laugh. What's that fella's name? Ooh, that's gonna be really embarrassing. I don't know what his name is. Elijah Wood. Is that it? Wood is such a cool last name. Could you imagine if I wasn't Pepper Steps and I was Pepper Wood, or like Pepper Earth, or Pepper Forest, or something like that? Like, that's cool. Okay. Pepper Hiker. Pepper Frodo. From Instagram, do you ever not have pep in your step? Because damn, life is a lot. Yeah. Even the peppiest, steppiest pepper stepper that ever stepped doesn't have a pep in her step sometimes. That is so real. You guys don't see it, but part of being autistic isn't like, being autistic isn't just all about being quirky and being different and maybe talking a little funny or having very niche interests. There's also another side to that, and I am not immune to that at all. And so, yeah, I have meltdowns. I freak out about the smallest things. I have very rigid thinking. And I have to be really aware of that because, and I don't do a good job of being aware of that, but it does affect my personal relationships with friends and family in a not so great way. So I'm not gonna like dump that all online because Instagram is just a highlight reel, but I'm also not gonna hide that I definitely have not good days. And for a long time it was more bad days than good. But hiking is what made that turn around for me. So get outside. Holy cannoli, Coda Cross, thank you for gifting. What did you do? Wow. 5 tier 1 subs to the Pepper Step community. Thank you so much. What is happening? You didn't have to do that. Thank you. Love you. Hiking is free EMDR. That's true. Hiking is so good for trauma. Hiking is so good for depression. Hiking is so good for anxiety, for mental wellness, for mindfulness, for patience, for persisting, for progress, for prosperity, for pooping. Because I do like a good poop in the woods. Hiking's good for you. Never have I ever heard a non-Italian say holy cannoli. Well, I am not Italian, and I've been saying holy cannoli long before I went to Italy. I did just get back from Sicily for some, I was there for a long time, but I've never heard an Italian say holy cannoli either, so I'll do you one there. I'll do you one there. Pepper Baggins. Also that. Okay. Gray Smallwood 9321 asks, what was your first experience with nature that really grabbed you? Probably my very first big hike that I ever did by myself. I had Finn with me, so I wasn't entirely by myself, but I had just purchased my very own converted cargo van that I was living in for the foreseeable future, and I was somewhere in New Hampshire along the Appalachian Trail, and it was the biggest thing that I had ever hiked at that point, and it really wasn't even that big. I don't know how big Mount Lafayette is, but it was Mount Lafayette, and that was like a 20-kilometer hike that I did with my doggy, and it was just him and me. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on, all the way up. You can do it. Oh, you did it. You done? Okay. And I carried him like a football. I didn't have any dog carriers or equipment, and he was not used to sitting on my backpack like he does now. And that was just like a moment for me that I just went out there and I did it by myself, and it was hard, and I was just going through a lot, and that was the first time that it really clicked for me that like nature can like heal you in a lot of ways. New Hampshire is low-key a W state. True. I kind of prefer Vermont, but I like New Hampshire too. Apex 4711 asks, what did you do before being an outdoor influencer? Great question. Right before I was an outdoor influencer, right before I was an outdoor influencer, I was an artist. And then right before that, I was about to get my PhD in clinical forensic psychology. But after getting the scholarship and the full ride application or offer, I looked at the commitment of doing something like that, and it scared me shitless. So I went and I bought a cargo van, and I drew instead. But now I do this, and this is better than all of those options. Okay. How do you just commit to the content part of everything? I have projects and other such things to upload, but what made you just do it? You gotta just commit. You gotta accept that it's a long road with you just have to do it scared. If you're afraid of people judging you, if you're afraid of it not working, that's going to come through in your content. You need to just do it, fully send it, embrace it 150%, because if that soul isn't there, if that passion isn't there, nobody's going to want to stand behind you or follow you. You need to fully believe. And even if you don't believe, because I still don't believe in myself a lot of the time, you gotta fake it till you make it. And even when you make it, you still gotta fake it a little bit. It's hard. It's not Was that good advice, guys? Just be yourself. Just be yourself. Don't try and be anyone else. Comparison is the thief of joy. Stop looking at what other people do and just have some really big conversation with yourself. Know who you are before you start and know where you want to go with it. Just have a very clear vision. And if you don't, it's okay if that vision changes slightly, but you got to know which direction you're walking in. That's what I would say. Yeah. As an EMT, faking it till you make it is absolutely valid. Oh, I'm sweating. Okay. We got a big one here. Let's see if I can get through this without stuttering. Almirez says, hey Pepper, I listened to your podcast episode with Cam Bostock. Thank you. And I really enjoyed it. I've listened to it several times. In it, you mentioned that you had a rough upbringing and nature was an escape in your young... Okay, what did I say? I've listened to it several times. In it, you mentioned that you had a rough upbringing and nature was an escape in your young adult life, if I recall correctly. I'm someone that just entered their 20s feeling very lost with a craving for being outdoors in nature, and as someone likely on the autism spectrum, I want to create some drastic change in my life for the good of my own mental and physical well-being, but I feel very trapped with college life. From your own personal experience, do you have any passing the torch advice for people the likes of me or us? P.S. This is the artist behind the second place glass frog painting from a few months ago. I'm a big fan of you, Pepper. I watch your content and I imagine myself as a happy, outdoorsy adult. Pause. Congratulations on winning again. Folks, if you don't know, in our Discord community, we have events. We have competitions and contests out the wazoo. And what Almirez is talking about here is an art contest that we hosted a little while ago, and they won second place. Folks voted on the Instagram, and we had 12 finalists, and they came in second, and there's cash prizes to be won too. So if you're interested in doing something like that, I would definitely recommend checking out the Discord for updates. Yeah, congrats on winning. Because the glass frog was so cool. That was so cool. Okie dokie. Let's think for a sec. Feeling trapped with college life is such a relatable human experience, especially for us young adults right now. I would say, unless it is eating you alive, finish, because university and college will give you the tools, even if it's not even in the same domain as what you're actually interested in. University and college will give you the tools to apply to whatever it is that you wish to do later on. I feel as though I don't use my degree in my day-to-day, obviously not, but I learned so much about myself and how to manage time and work ethic and professionalism. That's a huge one. And I learned how to conduct myself in a safe environment where it was okay for me to make mistakes and grow, and have real mentors to kind of keep me on track and keep me focus towards a goal. And then when you get out of college or university, you can ask yourself, is this where I want to keep going? So finish if you can hang on. I understand that might not be feasible for everybody, but if you can, I would recommend finishing school. And then from there, don't sweat the small stuff. Don't panic. It can be really easy to catastrophize. When I decided that I didn't want to do university anymore, and I was done with academia, I had like a freaking identity crisis, because that was my whole life. And I had no idea what I was going to do. But I'm still here, and I'm still alive, and I've got 100% success rate for bad days so far. So, it does, you will find a way. If you believe that you will, it will come to you. And you just gotta own that and trust that in a few years you'll be looking back at where you are right now and being like, wow, I'm so glad I did this, or I can't believe I did this because it led to this. Life is crazy. Life is crazy. Whew. We're getting deep here. What's going on in the chats? Has Pepper Steps hiked in Washington State? No, I haven't. Crazy, right? I've actually not been to Oregon or Washington yet. I would really like to go to both soon. I don't know when, but soon. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Do you have any trail-ready fun drink substitutes? The caffeine addiction must be fed, and tins of Monster don't feel very ultralight. What are you talking about? You can take cans with you. This is only up like 16 ounces of weight. That's like nothing. Actually, my backpack here weighs 18 ounces, so you're right. No. Kind of. I do have some recommendations. I recommend putting electrolytes in your water and then like adding like caffeinated Crystal Light. That's what I do. Like the wild strawberry flavor. I find that that is enough, but I also don't find that I miss my Monster energy drinks or coffee when I'm out there nearly as much as maybe I thought I would at the beginning. And then to deal with the caffeine withdrawal, I literally bring caffeine pills. I'm not even lying. I have 200 milligram caffeine pills, and I take those, 1 or 2 of those in the morning. Usually 1, but sometimes 2. Yeah. It says, are you going through all the comments? Not all of them, unfortunately. There were so many that I definitely can't go through all of them, unfortunately. There were a lot of great questions. I've got a list here on my phone of some of the ones, and I kind of organized them in a sort of order. So if your genre is coming up, or I've already gone past it, you might know if I've answered your question. But if you really are dying to have a question answered tonight, put it in the Reddit, and I'll get to it at the end of this list. I'm going to go over there and answer the last of them. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, Celsius packets. Yes. I used to really like the Celsius packets. The cranberry one. That was my favorite. That's also a great suggestion. Celsius packets. That's basically like a Monster. Okay. Kalanian Western Dazer 1112 asks, do you always hike alone or with friends sometimes? And if alone, how are you not afraid? I don't always hike alone, but I would say most of my hikes end up being alone. And how am I not afraid? I do get afraid. I just keep going anyway. But yeah, I definitely get afraid on the trail, whether it be because of animals or humans, or a bad dream I had the night prior. I definitely get afraid. The key is to just keep going and make loud sounds. Would I do a collab with Kayani? I'm not sure who that is, but I'm always open to talking to people. What's the prettiest view you've seen on one of your hikes? Probably the sunrise from the second peak of the Mount Olomana Three Peaks hike in Oahu. That blew my mind. I didn't know colors in real life could look like they do there. So that would be my answer to that question. That was unbelievable. I love sunrise hikes. I love the colors that they emit. So that, yeah. Yeah. She's also a hiker, mostly in Hawaii. Oh, that's what a coincidence that I just literally am saying that I love Hawaii. That's cool. Cool. Well, maybe I will find her, and our cross will path. I keep scrolling, but I've not answered all these questions. Okay. Have you considered doing the full Appalachian Trail? If so, would you document the whole journey? I have not done it. I have considered it, and I would document the whole journey. Before I do the Appalachian Trail, though, I think that I would more quickly do the Pacific Crest Trail, just given that I'm in California now. But I'd like to do both. And honestly, I'd also like to do the Continental Divide Trail at some point too. The sticking point there is the amount of time that would take, and also that I'm the type of person that would want to do them like as fast as I can, which would be really, really difficult to also create content with, because you know, you're out in the backcountry, it's really hard to make content. And I use my computer to edit all of my videos, so that would be maybe tricky. But maybe one day when I'm rich and famous, I can take time off and do that. Yeah, that would be cool. That one dude says, if you had to stop making outdoors videos, hopefully this never happens. I hope so too. What would be your second choice for your YouTube channel's genre? Probably gym content. Cause that's what I do next. But I could be open to like video game content too, I think. But probably gym content. I don't watch any gym YouTubers though. Is that a thing? Of course that's a thing. What am I saying? There's a YouTube for everything. Uh-oh. Are we lagging? Are we lagging? Okay, I'm looking at my stream view right now, and I'm deciding that I'm wanting to make the text, like the chat on the screen, longer, because you're not able to see that many people's texts at a time. Maybe. Okay. Jumping on for a quick cue. If we donate money directly to PepCo, will this help accelerate hiking trips? As much as I love Pepper, the streamer content, I love Pepper the hiking content more. That's very thoughtful of you. Yes. But I'm not out here panhandling for money. If you would like to support me, you're more than welcome to. And if you don't want to, or if you can't, another really, really, really humongous way that folks can support me that I really, really appreciate is simply just being present on social media platforms and engaging with the content and being part of the amazing community that we have, because the more engagement I have on these platforms, proportionally the more potential sponsorships I am offered, and that allows me to be really, really choosy with who I work with, which is great because I really only like to work with brands and companies that I actually believe in, and it allows me to be choosy and turn down offers that I don't from companies that I don't necessarily align with. Ugh, I just said align, but that I don't necessarily believe in. And thus far, I've been able to turn down companies, which is really, really great, because I never ever want to be, my word is my bond. You know, my word is my bond. So, being able to be choosy with brands. So, engagement with my content is, and being part of the community is the best option, all around. Sorry, I got distracted because I think Twitch went a little crazy there. Are we still struggling on Twitch? Wow, we are really struggling on Twitch. What the frick? Twitch is fixed. There's a big old delay. No? Okay. It's fixed. Hi from Colombia. Hello back to you. Okay. The Discord and Reddit banner of you. Where are you? What are you looking at that has you smiling so much? I am in Joshua Tree National Park. That was my very first day climbing ever. I am seated beside my best friend since childhood, and behind me is influencer Kyle Goes Off taking a photo, and we're watching somebody, I can't remember who was up there at the time, climb. Oh, we were watching our good friend Austin, who had no climbing shoes because Kyle was using his camera and trying to get some film shots of Austin climbing. And yeah, that was such a fun day. I had so much fun. My best friend that I'm seated by, her name's Georgia, and she gave me the rundown on how to climb a little bit. And I love climbing, but I don't get to do it nearly as much as I want to. But I think I would like to do it more. On-screen celebration. Thank you so much, Troll Poner. Hashtag get pwned. Okay. Let's move. Let's roll. What's a hobby you've been meaning to get into? Oh boy. If only I had all of the time in the day. I consider myself a hobby collector. So there's a lot. I would like to get into climbing more. I would like to get into bike packing. I would also really like to get into ultra running at some point. I would like to spend more time getting better at League. I would like to try archery. I want to learn how to do a backflip, so calisthenics, and I want to learn more tricks juggling. I can already juggle, but I want to juggle better. And I want to get into mountaineering, and I really want to get into kayaking. I feel like kayaking and like doing overnights with a boat would be fun. And sailing. Sailing sounds like so much fun. I would love, 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 love to get into sailing. And everything else. There's not enough time in the day, folks. I already do play an instrument. I play piano. I don't play well, and it's been a little while since I have played. But I played for many years, and then I stopped, and then I picked it up again and got more into jazz piano. And then when I moved into the van, I kind of had to stop, but then I picked it up again, and now I don't really do it anymore, because that's another one that takes a lot of time to be any good at. Yeah. How is the Tomb Raider cosplay going? I'm working on it. I'm actually working on it. I'm gathering the materials. Stay tuned. I am so excited to try doing cosplay. I have no idea how it's going to work out, but I'm very excited. I think it's going to be fun. It's coming along, so stay tuned. Okay, moving on. Sarah Dreaming asks, who are some of your favorite YouTubers to watch? Great question. I have a lot of YouTubers that I like to watch. Obviously, Outdoor Boys. I was in his top 5% of watchers, viewers. I also really like Miranda Goes Outside, Darwin on the Trail, Xander Budnick, and Lindsay Nicole, and I also really like watching ultra running documentaries. I've seen pretty much all of them. Sally McRae, Courtney Del Walter, Max Jolliffe, I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Andrew Huberman podcast. I don't listen to many podcasts, but I do like his science-based stuff. I think that's it. But other creators that I like, outside of YouTube, I like Groovy Geologist on Instagram. I like Lean Beef Patty. She's freaking cool, but I think everybody already knows that. Noelle Jean Seward. I love her stuff. Ty Goes Outside. I'm like completely blanking. There's so many others. For someone who's chronically online, I really am not good at like free recalling the content that I consume on a daily basis. Not good. Not good. Oh! What a great time to do a shout out to folks, if you want good fitness content, at Let's Get Fit, my good friend Leslie. And if you want great plant-based, high-protein, high-fiber recipes, at Soph's Plant Kitchen, my dear friend Sophie. Check those two creators out. They're freaking cool. Lean Beef Patty and Fit Dodo are two of my favorites. I don't know who Fit Dodo is. I don't, in the fitness industry, I don't know that I like religiously follow too many people anymore. Finn! Okay. Moving on. What, buddy? What is it, though? What? Do you have something to say on me? Do you have something to say on me? Hey, Pepper, speaking of plant-based protein, have a Google of Gochi Ramen. Plant-based protein ramen out of Australia, 250 calories per cup noodle, 32 g of protein, high fiber. Love them. Just ordered $300 worth of ramen. $300 worth of ramen. Must be good. Have to check it out. We are getting close to the end of the questioning, which is great because I know that there's so many amazing questions in the chat that I would love to answer. From Instagram. Hi, Pepper. What do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be someone who makes real change in the outdoor community. I wish to make the outdoors more accessible to people of all skill levels, ages, sizes, shapes, weights, colors, everything. And I want to be your go-to resource for nature know-how and all things outdoors. Yeah. More seriously, well, not that that's not serious. That's all very serious and that's all very true. But there is something that I would like to, I have a couple of visions. And one of them is a TV show where it's in my treehouse. Pepper's Treehouse is the TV show. And I'm in there and I'm teaching youngins and oldins alike about stewardship in nature, nature education, and tying that in with hiking and outdoor recreation and all of the fun activities that we can do outside to better our mental health and our physical health. And I think that that would be really fun because there's so many different things that we could do, and we could feature different creators or educators or researchers, just all sorts of folks. And that would be super, super fun. And I see that pretty vividly. But I don't know if I can commit to sitting, to staying in one place when there's so much world that I want to see. So the other thing would be potentially like something, a real thing that I could do to affect change is to have like a non-profit that's a summer camp, and we get specifically neurodivergent and maybe more specifically autistic kids out at summer camps. Because when I was a kid, all I wanted to do was stay inside and play video games. And if I was given a free ride to camp, because my family was poor, there was no way I was going to camp. If I was given an opportunity to go to a camp like that, I think it would have changed a lot for me growing up. And I probably would have encountered nature a lot sooner and had a more open mind to that type of experience. And I wouldn't have waited until I was like 19 to, you know, like really get into the outside. And I think that that would be cool. So in my wildest dreams, I have like a nonprofit where we get kids to camp, and maybe even I run my own camp, like my own summer camp. Wouldn't that be sick? Wouldn't that be like super, super duper sick? I think that would be cool. Especially in the era of the iPad kid. If I had a tablet when I was a wee, sweet Lorna Doone, I don't think I'd be able to form a coherent sentence today. Immortal Jordy, thank you so much for subscribing. It means so much to me. Thank you so much for being here. How we doing? How we feeling? Summer camp like Friday the 13th movies. I've not seen those. So maybe summer camp like Friday the 13th, if that's a nice and friendly and not violent or scary movie. I would say I would like to host a summer camp like that. Yes. Yes, I would host a summer camp like that. VZ Mao 7_7. Thank you so much for writing the list of folks that I shouted out. That means so much to me. Thank you. You are a true team player. What's my favorite piece of fan art that I have received? That's a great question. I feature, folks, if you haven't seen the fan art that has been submitted on my Instagram, in my highlight reel, I have a highlight called Friend Art, and it goes through all of the different, it It goes through all of the different friend art that folks have made. And there's a lot, and it's so fun. I don't know that I could even pick a favorite. Like, look how many there are. It's actually crazy. This one's pretty cool with the elf ears. Go support those artists that made those for me. Those are freaking sick. Okay. Let's go to Reddit now, shall we? Pepper, I am 16 and training to hike a section of the PCT this summer. Could you give me any tips? Well, my friend, first of all, have an amazing time. There is no level of prepared that is going to get you 100% prepared. There will always be something that happens on the trail that will be a bit of a surprise, and it's up to you to handle that when you're out there. The advice that I would give you is be open-minded to change and be willing to change your schedule if things go wrong. And have fun, but be open-minded and be safe. Be safe. Okay, let's move to Reddit to answer some of the questions to see if anyone even, did anybody even do that? Maybe. How do I get there? Let's see. Okay, folks, I can't see the chat right now because I'm looking at the Reddit. So hang tight. Let's see if there's a way to see it by filter by recent. 2 days ago, 1 day ago, 1 hour ago, minutes ago, we found it, folks. Okay, let's do it. Medium Mammoth says, hi Pepper, so a big fan, thank you. I have a fitness question. The gym I go to doesn't have a free bar to do landline deadlifts, but I hear those are amazing for glutes. What exercise would be a good substitute? Thanks and happy steppin'. Great question, Medium Mammoth 2892. If you meant landmine deadlifts, I would recommend doing regular deadlifts, but I guess if you don't have a free bar, then I need to think about that answer for a second and change it to use the Smith machine. If you're at like a Planet Fitness or something, I would say use the Smith machine and do hip thrusts, do elevate your front foot and do lunges there on the Smith machine, and do dumbbell single leg deadlifts. That single leg isolation is going to be great for your booty. Yeah. Victor, thank you so much for subscribing. Thanks for being here. Pluto, what's up? Hey, how we doing? Oh my goodness, I'm all sweaty. Woohoo, we did it. We made it to the live scene. We are streaming. We are having a very fun time. I just got through. Folks, if you're just joining in here, I haven't done that in a minute. If you are just joining in here, we are answering questions. It's an APA, Ask Pepper Anything. We just went through a big sklabob of questions, and now we're on Reddit, catching the scragglers, catching the ones I missed. Pick, what's going on? Good to see you back. I can start the stream now. That's exactly right. Stream is great. There will be a VOD up, folks, later, and depending on my editing skills and how much I stuttered through this, I actually kind of like black out a little bit when I'm on stream. I'm not entirely present, not entirely conscious of what's going on. Gonna have to look at the VOD. And if I don't cringe at myself too much, I'll also make this into a YouTube video, but if not, the VOD will be here. Sam Kleb asks, Pepper, how do you recommend to get out in happy step in the depths of the Nova Scotian winter? The winter sads are hitting. Oh boy, do I know those winter sads. I am so sorry that you are in the depths of that right now. As a Nova Scotian, I understand exactly what you're talking about, and I feel very, very, very deeply for you. I would wear many layers of pants. Embrace that you're probably going to look insane. When I would walk Finn, my doggy, I would wear 4, 5 pairs of pants, not kidding, and just get outside anyway. And it sucks. It's cold, but you got to do it. You got to do it or you'll go stir crazy. You got to get that light, especially when it's like getting dark at like 4 p.m. Or get a light lamp. Andy's here says, I definitely got to rewatch the VOD. Yeah. Yeah, you do. Okie dokie. Let's go to the next question on Reddit. Deer Practice 4239 says, I enjoy stepping, hiking, and climbing as well. Happy Thursday from Seattle. Seeing as we both love nature, what are some of your favorite natural woodland friends? I'm quite fond of the local deer. We also have at least one nest of bald eagles nearby, and they often wake me up in the early morning with their calls. Cypher Seeker in the chat. Well, Cypher Seeker, I'm here to answer your question. My favorite type of critter to see is a marmot. I love the rare occasion that I see a marmot, because their hearts beat at 3 to 5, as low as 3 to 5 beats per minute when they are in hibernation, and I just think that is so fascinating. So to be able to see something that is alive, that has a heart that beats that slow when they are hibernating is just so cool to me. And they're when you do see them, they're usually pretty unbothered, and you want to give them the space that they deserve, but they're just like the suntan because they need to warm up. Marmot. Okay, Agency says, do you have any plans to travel to foreign countries and do some hiking videos there? Well, my friend, I just got back from Italy, and that is as foreign as I've ever been to. Kind of. Where have I been? Maybe that's not as foreign as... What is even foreign? Every place is different, and every place is unique. Italy was fun, though. I did Mount Etna up there, and that was really, really fun. That was really... that was fun. I did that sick. If you guys want to watch the YouTube video, that is up. I did it sick, not knowing I had a sinus infection, which turned into an ear infection. And then that night I was at the Italian hospital, and they, that's where I learned to have a deviated septum. Nice. Yeah. Skim Milk Not Whole, thank you for subbing. What's going on? How you been? It means so much to me that you're here. Woohoo. Pick asks, how do you keep your lightheartedness alive with everything going on? Do you find it difficult to block out things in the world when you need to? Yeah. I draw on my past ability because of the situations that I've been in my former life. I draw on my ability to dissociate a little bit. That is not the prettiest answer, but it's the truth. And that's with any negative situation. I think that it's a skill to be able to just kind of put stuff aside. And maybe that's just because I'm autistic and I can hyperfixate on things. Right? Dissociation is frequent in ADHD. Well, see, there you go. There you go. Moving on. Being such an outdoorsy person, have you hunted or do you have an interest to hunt? If not, I have not hunted, and I gotta say, I don't have much interest in hunting for sport. I don't even really enjoy fishing for consumption. I prefer to do catch and release. Speaking of fishing, folks, I'm gonna go out and do a fishing stream soon. I was going to keep that a little bit of a secret until I was actually more prepared to do it, but you guys are here now, and why not give you all the dopamine that I can possibly give to you? That's going to happen at some point. I think that will be really fun. I am almost ready to do that. So hang tight. Yes, fishing stream. Oh, thank you. Chamak asks, can you do a tattoo tour? I don't know. Maybe one day. Today is not that day, but maybe one day. I just released, okay, here's the reason why I'm holding back. Because there are some good stories, but I just released the tooth lore. Like, I just shared that. And the tooth and the tattoos are the most frequently questioned things about my appearance. Nobody ever asks about my luscious hair. So I wanna hold on to that one until I need a little engagement boost, if I'm being completely honest. Yeah, gotta gatekeep some lore. That's true. That's true. That's exactly what I'm doing. We're doing an APA today, but some things will remain secret forever. Maybe not tattoos. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, now you folks are just stroking my ego. Don't go complimenting my hair now. That's not what I was looking for. That's not what I was saying even a little. Speaking of hair though, I need to vent. Let me vent. Let me just have a quick vent. My hair is getting long. And maybe it's an autism thing. I really don't like going to the hair salon. I don't like going out and getting any procedures done. I don't like getting my nails done. Not because I don't like having nails, because when I do have nails, I like to feel pretty. Any sort of thing like that. I really struggle with going out because, first of all, I have to have a conversation with someone, and that's just a nightmare in and of itself. And it's got to be an extended one. It's not one that I can be like, okay, see you around, because they've got me in the chair, and if I leave, then they're half done, and my hair will look worse than from when I came in. So I'm stuck, and then the lights are a lot, and then the sounds are a lot, and the smells are a lot. And usually I'm not able to communicate what I ask for because nobody knows how to deal with the mop on my head because my hair is really thick. And then I have to be like, oh, it's so pretty. I love it. Like, you did such a good job. And then I have to give them a tip for something that I don't like. And then I go home and cry. So that whole experience for me is a nightmare and change. So I avoid it at all costs. And I've needed to get a haircut for quite a while. I haven't gotten a haircut since before I started social media. Like I haven't gone to the hair salon since I started making videos. So it's been a while. And now I'm afraid that if I cut it, people will provide their very kind and unsolicited opinion on how it looked better long. Because for some reason women are always supposed to have long hair, and that is what it is supposed to be, even though I'm much more comfortable at a short hair length. I used to be bald. Did I ever tell you folks that? Just sidebar. I shaved my head when I was 20. Crazy. I was so done with it. I just like buzzed it off. Bald. Not joking. Will you folks ever see an image of that? I don't know about that one, but that did happen. Pep, I gotta keep the bald lore secret. It's out. Uh-oh, it's out. Pepper, it's on my bucket list to be bald. I did love it. I did love it. You gotta own it, and I didn't own it. I regret not owning it. I felt really insecure about it, because, like, femininity and stuff. This is, like, before it was, like, really, like, I feel like it's way more common now for women to have hair. At least, maybe I was just insecure. I don't know. I was probably just insecure. But functionally, from a functional standpoint, 12 out of 10. 12 out of 10. You wake up in the morning, get this, you wake up, your hair is done. You're ready. Off with your day. On you go. There's nothing like it. Now, that being said, I don't really do much with my hair now, but it does make showering and like swimming arduous. Arduous. Is that how I use that word? Involving or requiring strenuous effort, difficult and tiring. Well, that is exactly what I was trying to say, so I nailed that one. Also, long hair is good for the Lara Croft cosplay. Also that, I am keeping the hair long until, at the very least, until I finish that cosplay. I've got the radio, I've got the tank top, I've got, I don't have the ice axe yet. I'm doing Rise of the Tomb Raider, because that's the first one that I played. Pants are coming imminently. Even though I have like a trillion hiking pants, I just didn't have the exact shade that she wears. And I've got good enough boots. What do I do about my tattoos though? Because she doesn't have a bitchin' sleeve like I do. Default Lizard, thank you so much for subbing. How we doing? What's going on? What's going on? Question, are you going to be streaming any games? Yes. Yes. I'm streaming on a cell phone right now, if you can believe it. That's why I look so, the quality is so good and the lighting is perfect and all of that. But it's also why my stream setup is not very good. I'm getting a webcam, and then this is all I have. I used to have a custom PC before I lived in a van. Then I had to sell that because you can't really, that was before Starlink. So I need to get a new PC because I don't think that this Mac can run the games that I want to play on stream and stream at the same time. And also, you can't use two monitors with a Mac. Who at Apple HQ had the big brain? Hey, I have an idea. Let's limit the functionality of our very expensive device and make it such that it is impossible to do the things that every other computer has been able to do since the dawn of time. Lara Croft can have some tattoos as a treat. As a treat, she can definitely have some tattoos. As a treat. Paul, hello! Thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad that you could make it. Welcome in. We're having a grand old time. What time is it? We've been streaming for 1 hour and 40 minutes. Answering questions from here to there. And now I think we've gone through all the Reddit ones. Well, there's still more Reddit ones. Maybe I should go through those. Should I go through those or should I just hang out with you guys? I'll let the chats decide. My nug's too dank for you. Thanks for subbing. Go through a few more. Reddit. Sprout says Reddit. Hello, Sprout. How you doing? How are the mountains today? Folks on YouTube said, you have a Reddit? I do have a Reddit. If you would like to get a question in Drop that question in the Reddit. Reddit.com/peppersteps, I think. Reddit.com/r/peppersteps. It's a fun time there. We've got a lot of members. It's growing. It's growing. Pretty crazy to have a Reddit, but I'm glad that we have a little thread there that we can... Are you my mummy said, Pepper, can you see me? And then said, I guess I'm not really here. You ever thought of doing piano streams? You overestimate how good I am. Nobody wants to hear that. Okay, let's look at these questions. Let's take a gander. How do you balance what you do, relationships, and social time for you? Do you need me time after long hikes and videos? Do you go on hikes you don't record? Many questions. How do I balance them? Not well. Do I need me time after long hikes and videos? Yes. My favorite way to come back from a hike is to come back, take a big fat shower, and eat the most amount of pizza that I can get down my gullet at a single time. And that will always be the case. I love doing that. And especially after making a YouTube video, because funnily enough, it can be a little bit draining. Whoever thought that might be a thing? When you're out there alone and you're setting up the tripod and checking to see if you got the shots, and then vocalizing your thoughts to a camera. I think a thing I like about live streaming is that it's not as polished. It's like a little bit more raw, and I have been stuttering and stumbling over my words, and it's just all fine. No big deal. Now, if I did that in a YouTube video while I was telling you facts about poison oak, you might accidentally think that the poison oak is fine for you to rub on your body, for example. So I gotta be carefuler with that. But if I don't know something here, I could just Google it. I got the world at my fingertips. What kind of pizza? I will die on this hill, okay? There is a hill, and I'm gonna die on it. It's pepperoni, cheese, and additional meats, such as sausage, bacon, Canadian bacon, or ham, prosciutto, or other meat, and no vegetables. And that's the end of it. I don't want to hear anyone in the comments here. I don't want to see a single lick of, oh, I like green peppers, oh, I like mushrooms. No. You want vegetables, go have a salad, and then enjoy your pizza. Pizza is a treat. Do not spoil it with homework food. Who said, nah, put the vegetables on the pizza? No. Eat them first, eat them raw. There's more nutrients in them. Don't cook them to a crisp and then make your pizza all gross and soggy with it. Absolutely not. Cheese, meat, done. Whew. Tell that to Nona. Your Nona is wrong, okay? I don't care how many generations if she's passed down this recipe with vegetables on it. I don't care about it at all. She's wrong, and you need to tell her that. You tell her right now. Call her up. I don't care. Nana, Pepper says no veggies on pizza anymore. Hang up the phone. You don't owe her context. You don't owe her anything. Prosciutto I know arugula is top tier pizza. See, I had that when I was in, when I was in Italy. And I don't know why we're pretending like arugula is good. It's so bitter. It's so nasty. Just eat it separate, dude. Enjoy your meat and cheese and sauce. Like, what? I'm sorry to break your heart. I'm sorry. Fearful Jump 8534, welcome to the stream. We have just rounded off the night with 1 billion questions asked and answered by the lovely folks on Reddit, on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Instagram. And now we're back on Reddit, catching the stragglers. And honestly, I'm just venting about how much I hate vegetables on pizza at this point. It's not good. IDK, if olives are vegetables now. Olives are fruits. Okay, but I do like an olive tree. I don't like olives. Okay, confession, I've never actually had an olive, but I don't like the idea of having an olive, okay? I do like olive trees. They're really cool. They can live for so long, and they're great soil stabilizers. Big fan of olive trees. The olives that we know and eat today are actually, much like how bananas weren't originally an edible fruit, like the wild olives that grow in Italy are not good for eating. And now, what you know is more than what you know. Do I like coriander? What do you think? Right? Is mayonnaise an instrument? Mayonnaise on an escalator. It's going downstairs, so I'll see you later. I don't know how the rest of that goes. Sorry, I got really distracted, gang. Okay, let's look at some more questions. Hello, Pepper Steps. What are your top 3 soups? That feels deeply personal. Top 3 soups. Let me think. I just love an honest chicken noodle, to be honest with you. Yeah, to be frank, I love an honest chicken noodle. But it has to not have too much water. Like, I really do prefer the consistency of a soup, or of a stew. Yeah, I prefer the consistency of a stew. As a soup. The next one, which I was really excited to try when I was in Italy, that does not freaking exist there, is Italian wedding soup. You know, with the little barley balls and the meatballs. Couldn't find soup anywhere. Honestly, no grocery store had soup. What's with that? And then third soup. I don't think there really needs to be a third soup. Chicken tortilla. I take it back. There does need to be a third soup, and that soup is chicken tortilla. With the little crunchy tortillas. Yeah. Yeah. What, Mr. Finnegan? Do you need to go pee-teat? Can you wait just a little longer? If I don't take you out right now, will you pee on the floor probably? Okay, well, I feel bad. Just gang, give me a sec. Oh, sweet Lorna Doone. I gotta take a pee. Luckily, the door is literally right here. He did not come back yet, but I got bored of standing. Did you guys like my puppet show? I need to know what the hands were arguing about. They were arguing about pizza. It got a little intense. One of them was really passionate about not having veggies on the pizza. And the other one was like, well, like a little bit of veggies is like not a big deal. Like arugula could be okay, or, you know, maybe some onions. And the other one really didn't like that. They're fine now. Hi, Finn. Come here, buddy. Come on. Ugh. Close the door. Door is closed. Nailed it. Nailed it. Is it time for the percolator? I can't percolate on stream anymore. I fret. Because then the VOD can't be, I get copyright striked. Pretty annoying, if you ask me. But understandable. These darn artists and their due credit. Gosh darn it. I could just cut it from the VOD. You're right, I could. I probably will. Once I figure out exactly the system here. Especially on YouTube, I'm not sure. How is the streaming experience on YouTube? I would love some feedback. If I think I have like messaging stuff. I think I have like messaging stuff, or not messaging. Sorry. I think I have like member stuff, but like no perks put in. Percolate, but just put stream on mute. Now that's a show. Have I seen the 2008 K2 climbing doc? I haven't, but I would love to. I would love to see that. I do like climbing docs. I do like documentaries. I'm a big fan of learning a thing or two about... I just remembered my favorite YouTuber of all time. How did I forget that? Folks, if you weren't here earlier, I was asked what my favorite YouTubers were. And I gave a great list. I think a well-rounded, solid list of amazing folks. But I forgot JCS Criminal Psychology. I'm going to put you on something if you've not seen this. If you like criminal psychology stuff at all, JCS breaks down criminal interrogation videos and outlines the narrative of crimes that crazy people have committed. And he basically posts once a year. But he created this whole category of YouTube videos. So good. So good. I'm outing my criminal mind. I used to love the X-Files. I still do. I don't know why I'm saying I used to, but like I used to like really like them. That's actually what got me into forensic psychology in the very first place was the X-Files. Excuse you. What do you want from me? Huh? I'm pretty sure. Oh my gosh, I was so hooked on Criminal Minds in my past life. I liked Criminal Minds too. Spencer Reid was like my favorite. And I think that's true for a lot of folks. It's actually an eidetic memory. Garcia, do a search for little fluffy dogs in the area and make sure that they're not near my feet, because I might have to kick them. Come here, Finn. Come up. Come here. Come here. You have to come up here if you want the burger. He walks away. Okay, whatever. All the best YouTubers post like 1 to 3 times a year. They're like cryptids. We'll see. Novers, that makes me feel a lot better about the amount that I post on YouTube, which is not nearly as much as I want to post on YouTube. Because that means I'm one of the best. Actually, I think it does. I think it does. Ever seen Suits? Yes, I did like Suits. I don't know if I finished all of it. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it got boring. But I liked the beginning. I loved the premise. And the pilot episode is like... That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. I'm going to give Mr. Finnegan a treat. And then we're going to take it from there. Because Mr. Finnegan is looking at me and he wants a treat. And I understand that. I do. I understand that. This is real entertainment here, folks. I'm gonna show off my dog. Make him work for the reward like a performing monkey. Come here. Get up here. Hi. Okay, let's do a little bit at a time. Do you want? You do. Okay. Then can you give me this? No. Da-da. You want this? Yes. Okay. How old is the good boy? He's 11. He will be 12 in April. He is the light of my life. He is the best thing that has ever happened to me. When I asked for a dog, I asked for a Newfoundland and Labrador dog. And if you're not familiar, Newfoundland and Labrador dogs are massive. And instead, I got a football. Put your head. Put your head. No. Do the trick. He can't. He usually does it facing me. I'm not sure if he can do this. But put your head. You want this? Okay. He's so good. He's so good and he's so handsome. He's the bravest doggy I ever even knowed. I never even knowed a brave doggy like him. Never even did. Is that a fancy influencer chair provided to you by Big Chair? Why, yes. Big Chair and Big Influencer actually conglomerated. That's not the word. Conspired to give me this chair. And it wasn't out of my own wallet, and it was not very expensive. My butt needs something comfy while I sit in loser's queue in League. You want? Okay. Did I buy a gamer chair? Yeah! I play games. Imagine a world. You can do both. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine it. You can do both. You can go outside and be immersed in nature and then come home and run it down the rift. You can. It does happen. Not often, but I think that is like the hierarchy of needs. They both exist on the same plane. Video games outside time. It's all coming together. Say yes. You like that? Yes, you do. Have I tried Karen climbing game? Very zen. I want to. I think that one would be fun to live stream. I've actually like refrained from playing a lot of games that I would like to try and play because I'd like to play them on the stream at one time soon, hopefully. I'm gonna get a streaming setup at some point, but until then I'm using this piddly little sit-stand desk and a phone to stream with. That's you, phone. Thanks for being here. Yeah, you can eat that. Finnegan can have a little treat as a treat. Okay, folks. My voice is starting to go. Which means it's close to the time where we end the stream. But stay tuned for Sunday. Sunday, sometime between, well, wait. Don't go yet. Hold on. Nobody leave yet. Let me just hang on to you for a sec. I'm going to do another stream on Sunday, probably. And I'm going to do a workout stream. I'm so excited. I'm going to bring during the Super Bowl. Oh, are people going to be watching that? Is that like super popular? How many people watch? Do nature people like the Super Bowl? I feel like... Oh, that is a lot. Okay, well... What time is the Super Bowl? And then tune into Bad Bunny's halftime show and then back to me. Okay, that's fair. Okay. What time is the Super Bowl? $3:30 p.m. Well, that's fine then. Do you reckon... Okay, well maybe should I save it then? Should I not stream on Sunday? Okay, well I'll think about it. Stay tuned on the socials and on the Discord. If you are not part of the Discord, what are you doing? If you're not following me on Instagram, what are you doing? And to both of those, I'm just joking. You are a human being of your own volition. You can decide to follow me on Instagram and join the Discord community if you so choose, and if not, that's fine too. But that's probably where I'll put the updates on whether or not I'm going to stream. And if I do stream, it's going to be a workout stream. And it would be in the morning, not during the time that coincides with the Super Bowl. Because I support small entertainment. So I wouldn't want to interfere with that. What's the Discord? If you're on YouTube, and you can't find the Discord, it's on my website. And it's also in all the descriptions of my YouTube videos. We've got over 6,000 happy steppers over there, and it's a party and a half if I do say so myself. And if you're on Twitch, you can go !Discord and it should tell you. Potentially workout stream Sunday morning PST so that everybody can watch men throw a ball. All right, folks. And with that, Buggersweet? And with that, hold on. Oh, crap.